It dominated headlines last fall, and all indications are that it won't go away anytime soon. What am I talking about? Well, it's the national anthem in the NFL, of course. So what will the anthem look like during the 2018 season? I'm here with our NFL insider, Jarrett Bell, to discuss. JB, where do we stand right now with the new anthem policy? Because the NFLPA filed a grievance on the policy, saying it infringes on player rights. Is there any way that this policy can somehow be voided?
Yeah, I think the NFLPA, from my understanding, is contending that the anthem policy and the way it was enacted is a violation of the collective bargaining agreement. And I know the NFLPA has, on multiple occasions, interpreted things that they thought were workplace rule changes. And so there is language in the CBA that covers workplace rules, but the other side of the argument is whether or not this is something that is specifically spelled out in the CBA, and to my knowledge, it's not.
Players could face discipline from their teams in the league if they demonstrate during the national anthem. But Jets co-owner Christopher Johnson said that he would pay for fines from the NFL. Do you think teams will actually discipline their players for kneeling?
Yeah, I think it's going to be a team-by-team situation because the penalties were basically directed towards the teams as opposed to the individuals. So if individual A on team A decides to demonstrate, the team is going to be disciplined.
From your conversations with owners and what you're hearing, do you think that they're aware or care about the negative reaction from this policy?
I think the NFL owners are aware that there's a lot of controversy and a lot of feedback, and they feel like the feedback that they've gotten from fans about the protests over the past couple of years compelled them to do something, and that's what we've got now. And we've got more controversy and more attention about something that doesn't have to do with that piece of pigskin.
From your conversations, do you expect demonstrations this season?
Yeah, it's tough to say exactly if we're going to have demonstrations on the field or if players will just simply elect to stay in the locker room. I've talked to a couple of players, or a few players, I should say, and I've seen the reactions from a number of other players. And I think what each individual is really having to process is exactly how they are going to adhere or not to the policy. I had Malcolm Jenkins tell me he doesn't know what he's going to do yet, if he's going to go on the field, if he's going to stay in the locker room. And if you remember Jenkins was a guy who did not take a knee, but he did raise his fist, and Chris Long was right at his side. And they got a lot of flack for that. Many players around the NFL are really having to process exactly how out front they want to be. And frankly, when you see what's happened to Colin Kaepernick, and you see what has happened to Eric Reed, two players who are in the prime of their careers or should be, don't have jobs. I mean, it's a deterrent that is unfortunate by so many levels.
All right, Jarrett, thanks so much for your insight. And in the meantime, stick with Sports Pulse, your heartbeat to what's trending in sports.